November 8th meeting of the Batavia Township Board, in which you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Walt Bennett.
Here.
Tom Sharp. Troy Tucson.
Here.
John West.
Here.
Lee Tracy.
Here. So we'll also show that attorney, whatever his name is, Van Larson is
Clarence
here.
Darrow.
Clarence Darrow is here, and Audrey Sharp is our BATV person. And next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of our meeting, and we have a correction on the trustee reports. There's an extra SE before 3,154. So we can take the
Oh
little,
my gosh.
we can take the little SE out.
Yep.
Are there any other additions or corrections to the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes as corrected.
I second.
Second. Moved by Donna, seconded by West. And the clerk can call the roll.
Hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Bennett.
Aye.
Tucson.
Aye.
West.
Aye.
Tracy.
Aye. And before we take a look at the approval of bills to be paid, I just want to mention a couple things about the bank statements for October. The most noteworthy thing is that we received the balance of all of the property taxes we're going to get from Kane County. And we also received a personal property replacement tax deposit in both accounts. And so the balance in the general fund, you'll note, is almost $560,000, $559,365. And the road fund balance is actually $635,545.99. You have also the budget reports through October. We just mentioned a couple things. About the general fund, you'll notice that total expenses in the general fund are a little ahead of where they should be. In other words, we have less available left over than we probably should. So we need, and a lot of that has to do with all of the social service agreements of $115,000 being paid out. Quite a little bit of legal services paid out, so that there is, hopefully we won't have any large legal bills for the rest of the fiscal year. And so we'll need to watch the general fund. I want to mention that we're working very hard to get accurate numbers for wages and benefits. And we still have work to be done to extract all the information from our new QuickBooks reporting. And so we're going to work on that. I will note also the general assistance budget. We should have, at this point of the year, over 40% of our budget remaining, and we only have 8% in general assistance. So we are no longer doing general assistance or emergency assistance. You'll notice that there is a negative balance in administrative expenditures. And if we continue to get a big demand on general assistance, we're going to have to go to the general fund. So that's my comments. If we turn to the bills for payment, we have, are there any questions about the road fund, or why don't we take the general fund bills first? And maybe we should have a motion to approve the payment of the general fund bills, which total $115,595.34.
And move.
Okay, it's been moved,
Second.
seconded. Any other discussion? About any of the general fund bills?
Color coded.
Yeah, like my multicolored report. Okay, well then let's have the clerk call the roll on the payment of the Township of Batavia General Fund and Assessors Fund bills.
West,
Yes.
Donnet,
Yes.
Susanna,
Yes.
Tracy.
Yes. And turning to the road fund bills, do I have a motion to approve the payment of the road fund bills? And I don't have the total appears, it should appear on I don't have the total on mine for some reason. You have to add it together. $897.86 and $19,033.22.
It's a little over
So
19,900.
it's 8, 10, 7 is 14, 15, 12, 13, 9, 18. So I think it is, no, it is not that much. Yeah. It's, I didn't add it up. Let's do it so we get it fixed.
I think it's on here, Lee.
Is it on yours?
It's
Is that left off of mine?
19,03322.
No, that's the
No?
permanent fund, road fund.
Oh, they
If
weren't
you
added
have to,
together.
you have
Oh,
to
the
add it,
total.
you have to add it
Yeah,
together.
Yeah.
8, 10, 8, 3, 11, 12, 13, and 17, 18. I believe it is,
You gotta put a backflow thing on the person.
add it up. Where's your calculator?
897
City.
Is that
86?
8, 897, 86 plus 9.
93108.
What is it?
19,93108.
Thank you. $19,931.08. Was there a motion? Well, the
Sorry,
minutes
I'm
will
late.
show that trustee Tom Sharp has joined us. So was there a motion?
There's I'll have a motion to approve the road fund bills for November.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Donna. Any other discussion, questions? If not, then let's have the clerk call the roll on the payment of the road fund bills.
Susanna,
Aye. Yes.
West,
Aye.
Donnet,
Aye.
Sharp, do you want to have a minute?
I probably should not vote. I did not listen to any discussion, so I won't vote.
Okay. Tracy?
Yes. Okay, so the bills have been approved for payment. And next item on the agenda is I just want to mention a couple things. Main thing I want to mention is the TOI conference, so everybody's straight. I think everybody's attending with the exception of trustee Sharp. All the 3 other trustees are going: highway commissioner, the assessor, supervisor, clerk, and the office manager, and Riley from the assessor's department. Okay, and you all can figure out how you're going to go and what time you're going to leave. Next item is the assessor's report.
Nothing really new. We have 2 appeals from changes that we made. So I have 2 more hearings to do, and then we're done. Catching up on sales, permits. We're getting a lot of data in from the county that, because of COVID, they got a little behind, so we're catching up with those. All the new construction's done for this year. Our deadline to turn in changes to the county. Changes as far as change in value was October 1st. New construction ended November 1st. So we're completed with that this year. And I did hire Express Employment to find an employee. We did post a sign at the chamber and the city, I think somewhere else, but we haven't been very successful. So we decided, rather than hiring just a field person, we would hire more of an administrative person and teach that person everything that everyone does, and just, if we go out in the field, then we have that other person to do it with, like measure or whatever needs to be done, writing stuff down, and then there'll be 2 people in the office. That'll help us get caught up and stay caught up, but that's pretty much it. Unless y'all have any questions.
Any questions? The assessor?
I just wanted to make a comment that there's a brand new subdivision off of McKee Street going in right now.
That's,
Almost 200 homes.
yeah, that's probably Geneva Township.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, if it's on, west of
Behind
Randall.
those townhomes.
Yeah,
right?
it's west of Randall.
Yeah.
North of McKee, that's all Geneva.
Oh,
Geneva Township.
okay.
I know, it's, the line is just, the lines are on that map if you ever wanna look, but
Right
it,
part of Brayburn, that's
Yeah.
Geneva
Yeah.
Township.
Yeah.
they cut through,
Yeah, and Park District.
Okay, well,
But thank you, well, we'll get the city benefit of it, city tax, but not township.
All right. Road Commissioner report?
Well, obviously in the full swing leaf pickup, we had a great week last week. And in fact, we picked up as much last week as half of what we normally pick up all year. So guys did really good. This week looks like we'll get a pretty good chunk in again. So if they're all out, or most of them are out, by the time we get there this week, there shouldn't be too big a week next week.
How long are you gonna do it for?
Till the week of October, a week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
2 more times.
So
What do you do with the leaves after you collect them?
most of them go out to Fermilab to be spread on the fields. So we contract with a farmer that has the lease on the land, and Fermi people are excited about putting leaf material on the farmland. So it works out pretty good. Pretty close for us.
So do they pay us or we pay them?
No, we pay them.
Oh.
There are no free rides.
They're excited.
Yeah, all right.
It would be fertilizer or something.
Free fertilizer.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually not fertilizer, it's tilth.
Yeah.
You end up having to put more fertilizer on because the breaking down of leaves takes nitrogen.
Takes more energy to do that, yeah.
So, but it does increase the tilth. But of course, that farm ground really doesn't need that.
It's just a way of getting rid of it, really.
Yeah,
It's
it's a good
okay.
idea. I mean, it's better than trying to, and they don't compost them, so we don't have to worry about the EPA stuff out there. They stockpile them until they shrink a little bit and then put them right on the field. It's a good plan, and we're lucky to have it.
Right.
So that's it. We'll do it for 2 more weeks after this one, and
Dennis wants to know.
we got 2 trucks with the snow equipment on already. So we're ready, kind of. Never, always hate to say that.
Salt
So
shed
it
full?
is.
Huh?
Salt shed full?
Top shed's pretty full. Yeah, we can keep buying fuel, we'll be all right.
You guys didn't have any trees down over the weekend with all the wind and stuff?
Mm-mm.
They had one across 25.
I saw
dead tree
that.
Came down. You got that cleaned up pretty quick.
No, I think we were lucky because there were some hellacious winds. And, but we try to keep up as much as we can on it. But we can't control dead trees and private property that happen to fall across the road. It's in the right of way, we try to keep trees taken out, they're dead.
Next item on the agenda is public participation. I don't see much public here. All righty, so we have no old business, so we can move to new business. I have just two items. One is there's a copy of a proposed employee handbook, which I'm suggesting would apply to the employees of supervisor's office and the assessor's office. It's largely put together by attorney Mike Wong, and then I did some adjustments to it. It includes most of what's in the current assessor's office handbook, employee policies, and then almost all of the old policies that we were following. It has a lot of new boilerplate in it about the legal requirements. So my suggestion is that we review that, and at the next meeting we can adopt that as the official employee handbook for the supervisor and assessor employees, excluding the highway department for very good reason, and that is they really Chris's employees really operate under a different set of circumstances.
I looked it over pretty good. I didn't read every word in the thing, in the book, but was there a probationary period for new hires? I'm just curious.
I think so. I think it's in there. We should take a look.
Okay, I'll look into it. Thank you.
All righty. So the other item on the agenda is the preliminary township and road district levies. And you have those. Again, what I'd like to suggest we do is review it and then adopt the levies at the next meeting in December. We then file it with the county clerk as our official levy, and then they'll either give us what we levy or they'll modify it. I think that we've done it so that there shouldn't be any modifications. What we did was to take a 5% increase for cost of living increase, and then almost all of the new construction, which is substantial. It amounts to that both levies are about a 6% increase over last year.
Hated to do it, but with fuel doubling, all the asphalt and everything, gonna go sky high next year, everything. So,
Remind folks that even those watching, the levy is what is our request for amounts of tax money. We then pass a budget to indicate how we're going to use it. We don't have to spend the entire levy.
Can I ask you a question on the road
Yeah.
fund? Maintenance, personnel money, there's nothing there, but down on the permanent road fund, there's 150.
Oh, payroll comes out of the permanent.
Payroll comes out of the permanent road fund, not the
Oh,
general. road.
okay, and yours too?
No, there's.
Okay, so that's just sort of
The road
guys.
district has two funds. The general fund only has one fund, although we levy for the township for general assistance. No, it's included. No, the general assistance is separate and mental health is separate.
Okay. Well, it just doesn't seem like enough for supervisor and all the employees, so I just. was
It's
wondering-
enough. Oh,
Not that amount.
well, no.
For 3
under the road
employees
fund.
and a supervisor?
Yeah.
In the general fund it does. There's
Oh,
plenty.
Okay,
However, well, I mean,
all right, I see up here now.
okay,
Yeah, under administration.
yep.
Okay.
All righty.
Thank you.
Okay. Any comments, questions about the levy? Any trustee reports? I guess.
I don't have anything.
Anybody have anything?
Let me ask a question about the levy a little bit. You
Okay.
said we raised it 5% from last year.
6%.
6%. And that's based on inflation
Well, it's based on two things.
and
One is
an increase of housing that we have.
new construction.
New construction.
You can claim new construction only in 1 year, in the first year.
Is there and the levy's covering all the highway commissioner and the assessor's reports and all that kind of good stuff, taxes that are associated with it. Was that divided and saying, of that 6%, this amount is for inflation and this amount is for the new construction? Or how does that work?
No, the first part of the computation is we take last year's monies that we got.
Okay.
And with the Collier County 5% increase maximum, we take 5% of that. And then we go over and look at new construction, which is a whole separate area because
Right.
it's not included in anything. I believe it was around 11 million or something.
Yeah, and
And then we can take our tax rate, whatever the road district's tax rate is, and times it times that.
Per household that's there?
Well, because it's
For the new
it's
construction?
money coming online that's not computed yet.
Yeah, yeah. It's added income.
Yeah.
And that's where.
So
part of
like
that
in mine,
increase comes
I think the road district gained about 28,000 with a 5% increase and capturing new construction, which was maybe 6,000 or something. I've got the numbers. I
from.
can.
So new construction is a small part of that.
It's a small
compared-
part of it, but it's if you don't capture it, you'll never get it.
Yeah.
So, but in those years, over the years, as we've done this, whenever we didn't have much of a cost of living increase, I wouldn't raise my budget, and I didn't, and a lot of those times, we didn't have a lot of new construction either. So we kind of gave up that, but
So you could keep the status quo because there just wasn't
Yeah,
that much difference in
but-
change.
to try to keep it down, but when there's a big jump like this year with the cost of living and everything, we're gonna be at 8 or 10%, we're gonna increase 5%.
I'm just thinking, like, you mentioned fuel. I mean, that's gotta be a pretty big part of your budget, right? I mean, that's,
Well, it's a big part, but I was looking at online here, at my utilities, I'm probably gonna have to move money to pay for the utilities, looks like they've doubled.
oh, okay.
And we haven't hit winter yet,
Yeah.
so,
Gas prices,
Some of that
natural gas
stuff's gonna
prices
take us
for
by
the,
surprise.
for the shop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
water heater, we heat the water that we wash the trucks with.
mine doubled at home, so.
Yeah, mine has too, so it's not a surprise now, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when we
Gotta
did
be
this
fair.
last year at this time, we weren't thinking this way.
And we're all complaining about inflation and everything getting higher in cost. But for like you, for your fuel and natural gas for the shop and everything else, I'm surprised it covers anything.
Well, it won't, we'll be taking a step back, we're just like,
Well, it's, yeah.
just like everybody else, if you get 6% increase gross is what we're gonna get, and if inflation's at 8 or 9 or 10, depending on what items we get, like the new truck body I ordered was double what the last one was. So, that's another 100, almost 100,000
Yeah.
more. So it's,
Yeah.
some stuff we buy was way up.
I'm surprised you can cover it with that increase.
Well, we'll probably have to borrow money when the truck comes.
Yeah. Well, okay.
But I had to order it because I ordered it in June, I won't get it till 24.
Okay.
All righty, so
So,
we'll take a look. No, that's fine. We'll take a look at, at the levy next month and again, have any questions and hopefully we
Yeah,
can pass it.
any things you
Or
look
if
at.
in the meantime, if you have
or know
questions,
something.
talk to Chris or me.
Yep.
All righty? All right, what I'd like to do is to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of talking about personnel and also to approve minutes of the previous executive sessions, which we need to do. There were 3. All righty, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna kick BATV out.
Do we have to have a motion?
Yes, we can have a motion to adjourn to executive session.
I'll make a motion to adjourn to executive session.
Is there a second?
Second?
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, so we will adjourn to executive session.